And we're live. Welcome everybody to a hot dry season with the designer Patrick Mullen. How you doing, Pat?
Hanging in there. How you doing, Gary?
Oh, other than the results of my lipid panel, everything is groovy.
Yeah.
So let's get started here. We are on turn 8 at this
We are.
point. Have we
We're
advanced the
we're at the
turn
very
marker?
beginning. Yes.
Yep.
It's a
Okay.
very
Good.
It's
All
a
right.
very good place to start. So, aviation step, nothing special happens. Reinforcement step. I bet you I have more stuff coming.
Roll check in the aviation step. Check for red haze.
Oh no, he's out.
He's
He's
out.
out. Yeah. Aviation step is when the U.S. player can change its status. So what it
Right.
forces the U.S. to do is not send them out. So if you want to use them for something different, they have to be at home in that step.
Right.
You follow me? Right.
All right. Well, that first aviation step says may be determined if unit it's at its. Oh, okay. I got you. That makes sense.
Yeah. So he's got to be at Vung Tau. So it's kind of a like the U.S. player gets a thing for red haze, but the U.S. still has the initiative. We're on. So, but
Where does what escalation intensity value does the initiative switch back?
at 30. So
Are we
see.
not at 30?
Oh, we hold on. Let me do my reinforcements. One step. So actually, now in the command phase, during the reinforcement step is when we determine the RTPs, and I am going to play a chit.
Ah, okay.
So let me pull it out, and let me look it up. The number. I know what I've been sitting on, but I don't know the number of what I've been sitting on. The chit is played. It is chit 4. General Dupuy wins out. There it is.
All right. So what does that do?
So I'm going to delete it now. Well, I can't delete it, but I'll move it off the map in a second. So what it does is, in this turn, in any game turn, I must display it to you in the command phase, which I just did. At that time, I may move the intensity level down 10 points, and the game is extended by 5 turns to 30.
Okay.
So let me move it down to 25. And what else? I'll continue reading what it says. The operation, yes, reinforcements are not lost or returned due to the intensity reduction. The operation now ends on 30 November 1966. I then take a 6-point victory point penalty. Okay, and if I don't play it, I take a 6-point victory penalty. So here we go. Let's take my penalty. Go back down to 17. Yeah, let me fit this to width while I'm at it. And yep, we are officially at. What did it go down by?
6, you said.
No. It was the intensity level went down by 10, so we went down to 25. Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right. So let's see here. Put that back. I'll flip it because it doesn't matter anymore. And I got some reinforcements coming in, so let me place those. All right, so we got some mechanized guys coming in, and they can never be unfixed, but they come in once again on the south edge of the map, on a road, on or adjacent to a road. Which, it's funny. I was talking to a friend of mine. I feel like we're going to digress today, and I'm good with it.
Yeah, whatever. It's all good.
So I was talking with a buddy of mine, and one of the things that gets me, like we're playing Great Battles of American Civil War, right? Is so those units come in on a fixed entry hex, right? So I don't want to go there because I don't want to screw with it because there's no rules that deal with, well, what if they're there? What if the enemy's there? That sort of thing. And here's my point on that. That's like the most ancient problem for like a hex-based war game.
Yeah, that's true. I will say that it would be less of a problem with the day of battle scenario because it's less of a meeting engagement, right? But it's still a potential issue, and it has been an issue forever, right?
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying is like, so forget this scenario or that scenario, right? So when I wrote up this game, right, when I did the reinforcements, even before we play tested it, right, I said, okay, these mechanized units, they're going to have to come on the map on a road, but I'll let them come on or adjacent to a road anywhere in the right, just to prevent game, that issue,
exact thing, yeah.
Right? Doesn't matter. And it just kills me, God, I don't want to speak ill of the dead. God bless Richard Berg. But that thing, it's like, especially him, it's like you've designed 100,000 Hex Encounter battle games.
Yes.
Like, wouldn't you think that would be something that you would just kind of write up as a concept, like a lesson you'd learn over the many years? You know what I mean? Like, hey, let's not have like a hex that's a reinforcement hex become magical and have to deal with it. It's going to happen.
I think that's a completely fair statement.
So maybe, we shouldn't write reinforcement like so in Great Battles of the American Civil War. I was thinking about it. I would have just said, that I would have said the Union player may, enter from any like Western hex side, right? Or he may delay and enter from the, for an hour and enter from the north, just some shit, right?
Yeah, easy enough to do. And it's not a low bandwidth game that the weight of the system can take that additional 2 sentences of rule. For that particular scenario, I would also have preferred, just for ease of play, I would also have preferred to have seen the Union. I would have set it up in such a way that the Union reinforcements were determined before you start. So hey, Thomas and this First Division of the right wing are coming in on this at this time.
Right, it's fine. Keep it hidden. The computer player doesn't need to know, which is what they did for me.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just easier, right? I mean, I don't. It affects the the uncertainty affects the planning, and that's not nothing. But I don't know that that's necessarily adding that much to the game or to your decision making process. I
hear you, and that's a good preference, but. The other point I was making was just like, isn't this War Game 101 by now? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, the way that Dean tends to handle it, where you have like this band at the edge of the map that's Zone A or whatever it is. In fact, Mark Simonich uses this too. Say you enter along that, right? That's 10 hexes wide or 20 hexes wide, whatever it is. That would be fine.
Right. But even then, like I've seen in Dean's games, like that gets messed with, and he's you just and he writes things like you just shouldn't engage people over there, and I don't believe in that. So like you'll see like when you're turn 30, like when you get reinforcements on RTP on intensity level 30, they show up in a band, but for you they can enter within 5 hexes of the edge.
Yeah. The funny thing is, in 3 Days of Gettysburg, there is a rule that you can delay reinforcements and bring them in on a different road.
Yeah.
So why it's not in this one is a great question.
Yeah.
Now, the 3 Days of Gettysburg I have is the 3rd edition, so maybe that's different from the 1st edition. I guess the 3 editions are notably different from each other.
Right. I'll certainly end up kicking that over to Ed, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, as a suggestion, move on. Okay, so I'm going to get, I believe I get 1/2/2, because it's an even turn. Divisible by 2 turns.
Okay, yeah, it's not. NLF get turns on turns divisible by 3, correct?
Right,
okay.
right. So let's see here. Replacements. Yep, 1/2/2. All right, so let me do that. And I don't really think I have any dead guys I want to bring back. Well, there's some I want to bring back, but I can't. All right, so 1/2/2. Flip. 1.
I put out the tweet.
Yeah, very good, very good. And as I look here, I placed my and let me just refamiliarize myself. Yeah, I got a backlog of stuff at Now, another thing to keep in mind, let me look at the clock. Yep, we're at game turn 8. So Mike, but next turn, Mike Force could be available if the conditions are met. So it's something for you to think about. So, all right. So that's that. My reinforcements have arrived, and we may now move to the I have no replacements to spend. I don't. You can spend some if you have some to spend. So over to you for that.
Oh, I'll have to check that. Hold on a second. When do we undisrupt guys?
The reorganization step, which comes after this.
Okay. So...
I am tired. I have a case of the yawns. I might not be able to make it through this turn tonight, Gary.
Well, if we get through what we get through. It's all good.
Very rare for me.
All right, well, that's that.
Alrighty then. So now we go to the reorganization step. So anybody who's disrupted, that's not adjacent, that's within 3 for you of a headquarters, just go ahead and undisrupt them. And remember that Red Haze counts as an adjacent unit.
Mm-hmm.
I got a headquarters in one of them there concealment markers. Wow. It's called intelligence from effect.
Let me make sure that that's accurate. That is not accurate, actually. So he stays disrupted. All this stuff is undisrupted. So that's it.
That's it. Okie dokie. So we now move to the initiative step. I'm going to go first, and this is when I make the check for Red Haze. And then we can do all the fixing and unfixing.
Okay.
So I need a 6 or less. Red Haze failed. So all those guys, and Red Haze now goes home, or he'd go home. He doesn't matter anymore. Let's put it that way. So I'm going to send him home, and all your guys up there can now unfix. They did not succeed in their mission, so now we may unfix our unfixables. Like watching the lights get turned out. Okay.
That should do it over here.
Okie dokie. So now we go to the concealment step. So you may conceal the concealable.
All right, I got a lot of loose concealment markers too.
Got a lot of change in my pocket. Got a lot of loose change. It's funny. I saw your tweet about like for folks interested in RPGs other than D&D.
Mm-hmm.
So like back in the day, yeah, I played D&D like a lot of people did. And then I role played for like 20 more years, with regularity. And I never played Dungeons and Dragons. It's like I started out with it, right? Played it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like don't get me wrong, we played stuff like Rollmaster, all sorts of, fantasy settings, right? But
Well, it's
we never
funny you
played.
should mention Rollmaster.
Eh, it's not the best.
Rollmaster was like my main thing that I played for like the better part of 10 years.
Yeah, I actually liked it for sci-fi.
I like Space Master quite a bit. I own everything
Yeah,
ever
yeah.
released for Space Master.
I found Rollmaster pure to be a little lacking. Um, I liked RuneQuest.
Well, it's funny you should mention RuneQuest. I almost released the video today, actually, because it seems topical, but I don't have a video coming out on Thursday, and I figure it's fine to leave it till Thursday.
Yeah,
Am I
yeah.
missing anything? Keep everybody in suspense, as it were.
Yeah.
All right. All right. We are done. I'll throw extra concealment markers down in a second here. All right. That's fine.
Okay.
So we're good there.
All right, let me poke through this stuff. That guy's coming out. That guy's coming out. Yeah. Guys are all coming out.
Mr. Tweezers, how's it going?
And these guys are all gonna come out and play. And all right, so I've got some loading and unloading to do at Bien Hoa, so I'm just gonna do it now because it's not gonna impact a dang thing. All right. And so let's figure out what I'm going to do with these guys.
Well, apparently I got to call Multi-Man tomorrow.
You have to call them? Why?
Yeah.
Why must you call them?
I could probably handle it through email, but I'd rather call them. There's a problem with my order for a Hungarian Rhapsody.
Oh, it's like a processing thing.
I know what it is. It's just it's a wrong zip code.
Oh yeah. That'll do it. I have a I have a credit card that I use for a lot that's due to expire soon, and I dread it. It's like I'm gonna, because I always, the best thing to do is you change most of the stuff you can, and there's a lot you forget, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You're just gonna react to it. So all right, put all those guys there, and then we'll, just in case, we'll put a guy there. Just in case, we'll put a guy there. And then we got all these guys I get to do fun things with, and I will put them here. And I will load them so I don't forget, and then we'll do your anti-aircraft opportunity. So you see those guys I put up by Nui Ba Den Mountain?
Mm-hmm.
All that aviation? Those are the only, in this phase, anti-air defense fire opportunities you're going to get. So you might want to take a look at your concealment marker, see if you can bust my ass out. Give these guys missions.
It doesn't look like it.
All right, mission. in mission. And that's all they're going to do. Okay. So I am done aviating. Now we go to intelligence. So we will start with the ASA debt that's up there on top of the mountain that still feels a little, shall we say, pressed in by the concealment markers that are there. And so we're going to guess that concealment marker number 34 is PLAF.
There you go.
Okay. And then I'm going to go with the 1st Infantry Division, who's going to try to get after concealment marker number 35. It's going to be tough for him because it's a big old minus from the terrain effects chart. It is in fact a -4, so I need a 2 or less.
I thought it was less for.
It's 1st Infantry Division, so it's the ground modifier.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So actually, guys on the ground spotting.
Yeah. No, it's so 1st Infantry Division. What they're doing is that direction finding with radio. So there's a lot of interference.
Oh, okay.
So that's why that uses the ground modifier. But so the mountains are weird, right? So it's all craggy and it's hard to do that. Get a fix on like radio signals. But like we were talking the other day. But from the air, that mountain, there's no significant foliage cover. So it's kind of like light woodsy in terms of aerial spotting. So that's it. So you got your 9th Division unfixing thing to do.
Let's see. Hex 2114.
2114. All right, you sir need a
lower than that.
Lower than that. Do you have any local force thingies you might like to do? Local force intelligence. Who's in the chat? What's up, Alan? It looks like you're the only one watching tonight. That's okay. You can ask prodigious questions and get prodigious answers.
I don't have any local.
You have no local force thingy to do.
No, I don't. All
right. So having said that, we will now move to surveillance, and I'm going to try to surveil the crap out of everything around that damn mountain.
Okay.
And we're going to start with, we don't have a lot of options now. So we got 3 surveillance aircraft stacked up there over the local force guy. And the top guy is going to go after concealment marker number 37. So let me give him a mission. And he needs a 4 or less. And he got him. So he's revealed unfixed.
There you go.
He is a decoy. So the next guy up there is going to go after the next one in the hex, concealment marker number 35. So let's see. He needs a 4 or less. Got him.
There you go.
All right. And the last observation craft there is going to go after concealment marker number 26. And you are in Late Woods, so it's a 4 or less. Got him. No Mr. Magoo's today, my friend.
Not so far.
Nope. They are Hawkeyes today. So that is it for surveillance. So now we go to...
Are they revealed fixed or unfixed?
Unfixed.
Okay.
So that's cool. So this is good. I'm glad I discovered them. Let me see what I'm going to do here. Got that guy there. Got that guy there. You're just far enough away. All right, so we got, moving to reconnaissance, we've got 1 special forces detachment, which I forgot to unfix, but you kind of know where they are, but I need to do that for combat reasons. And we're going to go after concealment marker number 19. And you're in Light Woods, so they need a 5 or less. They failed. And we got another special forces detachment that is going to go after them, and they need a 5 or less. They got them. 19 is revealed but fixed. Okay. And then we got another guy who he's just going to try to unfix those guys on top of concealment marker number 2. And there's no radius effect. He's just going to do the unfix mission. so I don't need to roll.
Oh,
Just
okay.
unfix. Yeah. Okay, now I think I got a little more reconness going on. Maybe over here by fire support base Dao Tiang.
I would assume that you do.
I do. I should have actually fixed. No, you were adjacent, so I couldn't have done anything.
Welcome aboard, John Longshore. Thanks for stopping by.
We're gonna go after. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Well, one guy's gonna go after concealment marker number 40, and he needs a 5 or less, and he failed. So we're gonna have a second guy go after concealment marker number 40, and he gets him. So 40 is revealed, fixed. The same disrupted NVA guy. All right, and I don't have anything. Do you have any recon you need to do in range of me?
Not really, no. Let me check a couple of things here.
Yeah, they're running. They are indeed.
Yeah, I do. Hex 3323.
3323. 3323.
That will do it.
Where is 3323?
Over by FSB Dao Tiang.
$33.23. Oh, those guys. Yeah, you didn't even have to roll. It's a. Yeah. Boom. There you go. It's a battalion of infantry. In fact, it is the 2nd of the 18th.
Let me check for additional recon.
Yeah, I've also got a lot of force moving to that top of that mountain too, John Longshore. I mean, Allen. So we'll see what goes on up there, but it's it will be a brouhaha.
I believe that's it.
Okay. So we are at the. We did the reconnaissance step. We're done. We go to the fires phase. Okay. So aviation step. First thing I'm going to do is move these guys from fire support base Dao Tiang and move them to the south map edge. I mean, from Bienhua. And we got these guys over here.
So, Blue Tweezers, I'll pull up the card to show you this. You're doing the ISR stuff in this order. So this is the order in which those activities take place during those phases.
As complicated as it could get to do those functions, I'm still proud of how we did them on the sequence of play, and have all the aid cards and whatnot to make life easier for.
I have said from the very beginning that I think the player aid cards are very well done.
So let's see. So yeah, it's just Alan. It's just done in order, and it's just a pretty spelled out order, right? So these guys are gonna chopper.
So the different kinds of activities are done in that order, but it doesn't matter if you're doing, say, recon, what order you do those in.
Yeah, you just get to pick them. And they're going to go there.
Jordan, thanks for joining us tonight.
And what to do? I need to light some guys up is what I need to do.
Well, you got lots of firepower.
Yeah, I do.
Lots of long-range firepower at that.
So the U.S. starts with it, but it's geographic. Like you've gotten the flow of the game, right? It's kind of in the south,
and
as the game moves on, and they get more of that artillery, and they're able to move it around, and not focus in the south. Yeah, they get a lot of stuff. Let's see. I think we're gonna. Do those guys there, And I forgot to reset my air points to whatever it is, 18. All right. So we're going to proceed with Operation Bombard the crap out of your guys up by the mountain. So, okay. Toggle on fixed. We got a battery of 105s in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, there they are. IADF, and we're going to throw in an air point, and we're going to try to hit these guys that are like on top of concealment marker 2.
Okay.
Like not on the mountain, but kind of near the mountain there. So we're going to throw in an air point to make it 7. And we're going to pull up the fires chart. And fit to width. So we're on the 7 to 9. They're fixed units in hex, so +1. It's a combined fires mission, so no negatives for that. And that is inaccurate on that. I always have to for the no, you're in Lightwood, so it's just a -2. So it's a net -1 on that chart. I don't have to remember that there's a misprint on the mountain thing. So here we go. 2d6. That's a crap roll. That's a 4.
That's a D1.
And at least I disrupted somebody. All right. Made me feel good inside. And now let's see. We'll wait on that.
So, John Longshore, I think if you saw the victory conditions, you would grasp them pretty easily. There are various points of operational importance on the map, like Tainan West and the Special Forces camps and Fire Support Base Dao Tiang for the NLF, and then the Americans kind of want to stop them from taking any of that stuff and deal as many casualties as they can. And there's a couple other American victory point conditions as well. Most of the victory points that have been accrued so far have occurred either from casualties or from taking 2 Special Forces camps.
Right. Yep. So, all right. So we got another one.
A bunch of them were casualties in one of those Special Forces camps.
Right.
Because we surrounded and annihilated an entire Special Forces camp before they could withdraw.
So we got 7 again firing at, but this time we're firing at, what is that? 1715. Just to the south of Camp Baden. And this is where I got to look at the terrain effects. It's for fires. It's -2. So let's see here. So we're on the 7. You're fixed. It's a net -1 on the 7 and 9. Here we go. 6. D1S1.
D1S1.
All right. So I'm going to get me a victory point out of that. And
now there are also those operational guidance chits of which there are 6 for each player, and many of those will adjust victory conditions. So that's another factor that's going to make every game different. Increase replay value.
Victory points too. Yeah, so it'll change values of things.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. It's the accomplishments that result in victory points can be changed through the operational guidance chits, depending on what gets played.
We're going to do another one of those 7 attacks, and let's see. Can I reach those guys up there? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or there. We're going to go after that same hex we just hit, and we're going to hit it again. So it's the same thing. Oh, crap roll. D1.
4 just a D1?
Yep. I've been punking out. All right, and then we're gonna try to hit the guys in 1813 in the Marsh Paddy there.
Okay.
And we're going to do the same thing. So IDF from a battery at Camp Sweda. And we're going to throw in an air point. That'll put us on the 7. Marsh Paddy is minus. Oh, so there's a straight up roll on the, with all the modifiers on the 7 and 9. Here we go. An 8. That's a good roll. But it's still only a D1S1.
D1S1. So that's this hex? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, on the road. Get me a victory point.
So, Pat, I'm not sure if you caught it, because it happened kind of right at the beginning. Pat played one of his operational guidance chits, which lowered the intensity by 10. So the intensity was 35. It's currently at 25.
Right, and it extends the campaign by 5 days.
Yeah, that's true. All these casualty victory points or casualties on either side result in intensity increasing. So,
right.
So it'll be back up above 30 to 30 or more probably this turn.
I've forgotten. So that was 2 victory points. So I should have been doing the intensity. We're at 27 now. Right. What I did was buy a turn.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. So
well, I did the same thing to you earlier in the game.
Right. So let's see. That's it for fires round there with artillery stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't even born when this happened, actually.
Neither was I. And I don't have any other handy-dandy artillery pieces that I would like to do stuff with.
I sometimes terrify younger colleagues when I tell them that I was born during the Nixon administration, however.
I was born during the Nixon administration. I was born when Lamson 719 kicked off. So
that's a 71, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so we are the same age.
Yeah. Like literally on the day, you know. Funny, I'd forgotten that. All right. So that's it. So now we're going to move to direct fire type thing. So the first thing, this is the first time we're seeing this, is we got some like mechanized direct fire type of stuff kicking off. So the NVA regiment that's on the other side of the Saigon River, on the bridge by Fire Support Base Daotiang, we're going to light them up with direct fire from the tanks.
Okay.
And the 2 armored calves. So that's 12, 16. So we got 16 direct fire coming at them. So we're on the 16 chart. And you're fixed, so it's a +1. And the terrain you are in, I believe, is no, that's town. So
is it?
Yeah, that is town. That's a -2. So it's a net -1 on the 16 to 18. Here we go. A 6. It's a D1S1.
They were kind of cut pants down here, so that's really could have been substantially worse.
So it's a victory point, and will move the intensity as well. And okay, so I did that. We've got 1 armored cavalry unit that's adjacent to the concealment marker number 49 there. Mm-hmm. And so we're just going to rando go after it, knowing that it's going to be nothing. So I don't get a +1 for fixed. You are in a CM, so we're going to shift down to the 1 to 3. And what kind of terrain? You're in rubber plantation, so it's a -2. So we're at a -2 in the 1 to 3. That's a 6. That's a D1.
Okay.
Now you can, if it's a dud, you can lie to me, and if it, you know what I mean, if it's a decoy, because there's no casualties. So
right.
That's that. And all right, so now I think we're done with direct fire on that side of the fence.
They were sure there were VC there, but the bodies were never found.
It's that, and they used to drag them away, which used to be an excuse and actually would really happen. So who knows, right? So recon by fire in the jungle. So now we're going to go up to these helicopter gentlemen, and they've got 16, and they're going to try to light up the guys just north of Camp Nui Baden.
Okay.
So you're in mountains, so you're fixed. So it's going to be a net -1 on the 16 to 18 table. Here we go. Ooh, that's a good roll on the 16 to 18. D2S2. Me likey. Give them mission. So the helicopters really showed up today. Two victory points, and we're now at 30. So to answer your question earlier, Alan, yeah, that was my plan, to try to take care of the fact that he had like a couple regiments there, is to light their asses up, basically. And it's frequently for the U.S., a tactic is like, if you've got units concealed, you know what I mean, revealed and whatever, the way to break up an attack is with fire. You know, so the way to defend is to hit them with fire before they can attack. You know, disrupt them. You know, make them have a hard time. So, all right. Oh, you wiped a guy out.
Yep.
Whoa. All right. So that is it for that. Now comes Fire's movement. And we are going to do some Fire's movement. He's going to go here. One, two, three, four, five. There. And that's there. Do I have anybody else ambling up on the road? What the hell was that?
Yeah, it was my phone.
Sounded like a sick bagpipe.
It did.
Let's see.
I keep telling myself, if my downstairs neighbors wake me up again at 4 a.m, I'm going to retaliate with bagpipe music.
Do you own bagpipes?
Oh, no, but I have bagpipe music at hand.
Oh, okay. All right. That'd be great. I just envisioned you having bagpipes, just going out on the balcony and wailing on them.
It wouldn't be the most out of character thing you could possibly imagine, that's for sure.
So that, sir, is that. I am done with my Fire's movement.
I mean, I have no musical talent, but we're talking about bagpipes here, so
yeah, and you're talking about
it's okay.
Trying to annoy people with them.
Mm-hmm.
All right, over to you for any fires you have.
I have no fires.
All right, so we now go to operations, and it's time to do some operating. Now, as I'm moving, those guys, if could do a reaction move that are on that road hex or that concealment marker could, or you see where I'm moving by the mountain?
Yeah, the concealment marker will actually move out, and the guys on the road can do that too.
Yeah, what they do is, so you look at their CR rating, right? So the disrupted guys can't, but the guys who aren't disrupted, if you take a look at their right, so you go to, just like anything else, they got a 6, and they're in Marsh Paddy.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 0 modifier for you in Marsh Paddy. So you would need to roll a 6 for everybody in the stack who could. So you do it by stack. So anybody who can do a reaction movement, you'd roll for it. You need a 6 or less.
All right.
You did
Well, it
it.
looks like they react out. Let's see where they're going here.
Okay. And what about these guys over here?
Well, actually, what about this guy in 1912? Can he react away?
Yes, he could.
Well,
now he's a -2
for the light woods.
Yep, and it looks like he's taking a step loss.
No,
his value is wrong. That is an error. He has a 7, so he should be rolling on a 5, and you failed. So yeah. All right, so now he's strung out. So I'd give him a strung out. That's the result of not. So let's see. Send those guys there. Oh, I had an aviation step first. I really should have done that. So I will. And these guys are going to load. Kind of went into moving. And need to place these guys in crafty spots, so I will place some of them there. We'll place guys here. And other than that, I really don't have a lot of aviation stuff happening. Did I move somebody else over here? Yes, I did. And they're just going to unload. Guys are complete. All right. So keep moving. These guys are going to go here, unfix. Guys are going to go here. And I think we moved everybody that we want to move up there. So now we will start moving down here. looks like I. Well, I do have this guy. These guys. Where the hell is that? Okay. It's everybody up there. And I don't need to move them, but these guys, yeah, I'm going to move them. Concealment marker number 39 can react at any time in there. Over there by fire support based ITing. If you want. Okay. And... .49 can react if you desire. Alright, that's that area. I moved everybody around here. What about over from this angle?
Well, while you're still moving, you got another minute or two here. I'm going to hit the head. I'll be right back.
Go ahead, but I'm done. Okay. I don't know what you're speaking about, John Longshore. Elaborate. Your World War II game comments.
All right, I'm back.
All right. So I just have attacks to do. So
all right,
we'll start over here where they're more self-evident. So basically the 2nd of the 28th Infantry Battalion is going to attack the disrupted NVA.
Oh, the guy by himself? Okay.
Right. And the HHC is going to provide support. Do you have any support to add in?
No.
All right. So we've got 18 attacking 4. And let's go to the chart. You are in attack step resolution.
Lightwoods.
You are in Lightwoods. So 18 attacking 4 is a 4-1. All right, nothing. There's no rounding rule stuff. It's just a 4-1. My support strength is not greater than your ground defense, or nor double. I'm not attacking for more than 2 hexes. You are disrupted, so it's +2. And there's no other fancy stuff involved there, and you're in Lake Woods, so that's a -2. So that's a straight up roll on the 4-1. This could be bad. This could be mediocre. It could be good. It's a 7, which is mediocre. On the 4-1, that's a DR. So you're disrupted and you retreat 1. So
already disrupted.
1. Yep. And we're gonna advance after combat there. Yeah, we're gonna do it like that. Now we're gonna attack the old the stack of NVA there.
Okay.
So we're gonna attack it with the armored column coming up the road. So that's 8 plus 12 is 20, and let me throw in some support. So the HHC from the newly arrived 1st to the 16th Mechanized Infantry Battalion is gonna throw in a little support, and we're gonna throw in artillery support from the 11th Cav. So that is 12. Let's see what's your ground strength there. You got 10, so that's 12. And we might as well throw in from the HHC here. That's at the fire support base, so that's 15. And let's see here. And we might as well attack with everybody in that fire support base. It'd be kind of a waste if we didn't. So it's 25, 27 plus 18, and might as well throw in 2 air points to make sure we get double. I want this to be a good attack. So we've got 20 air points and 27 ground points. That's 47 attacking your 10, so it's a 5-1.
All right, so that will reduce to a 4-1.
Why?
Because there's no 5-1 column on
right,
your CRT.
Right. Yeah. It's a 4-1. Right. Correct.
Okay.
So we go to the modifiers, and so it's a +1 because it's 5-1.
Okay. Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Right. It's +1 because I'm support strength's greater than your ground defense.
Mm-hmm.
It's +3 because it's double or greater. Exactly so. So that's right now we're at a +5. I'm not attacked for 2 hexes. You are disrupted, so it's a +7. And we've got mech and armor presence. Woo. That's a +10 attack. And you're not in concealment markers or anything like that. And what kind of terrain are you in?
Town.
So it's a +8 on the 4-1. This is a man's attack. So I still roll kind of crappy, but that's going to max it out. So that's a DR2.
All right. So
notice, even with that bodacious, like highest odds, max out roll, and it's kind of one of the features of the game, I still didn't wipe you out.
All right. So the only retreat I have is to here.
Correct.
Will that cost another step?
No. Okay.
No.
Zocs have Zocs have nothing to do with retreats. The only way a retreat can be screwed with is to be surrounded, right? And then you'll die because you can't. So.
Okay.
All right, and the advance after combat will obviously be the armor column just shoots in there, and so that is 2 victory points for me. 1, 2. And 2 more intensity, 1, 2, so we're at 32. But now I just want to point that out. So that's like the dream American attack, right? You've got plenty of firepower, and you've got them in the open, you know what I mean, to cover and mechanize. And notice, even with that roll, you didn't die. Like, if you've got a battalion stack there, right, so this is very much like, it's the scale effect. It's day by day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So in, like, bigger scale games, you'll think of like an exploitation attack and wiping people out. Well, it's over a larger time frame, right? The exploitation is the follow-on after this. Yeah, tomorrow, that sort of thing. So, all right, so we did that. That was a wondrous attack. We feel much better about ourselves as Americans. Now let me go over here where I might not feel as good about myself as an American. I think we're happy not to attack you there in the south. That, though, seems like it would be a really good attack. So everybody who's adjacent to the wounded 273rd guy who's disrupted is going to, well, everybody? So you're defending with 2. You could bring in 4, so that would be 6. And yeah, I'm just better safe than sorry. I'm going to go in with everybody. So that's going to be, well, not everybody. This guy, let me clear moves. This guy, we're going to throw in support with him. This guy and this guy. So that's 11. And then we'll throw in one of these light infantry companies. And so we got 3 support with that. And I don't think I was smart enough to put any helicopters next to you. So that is it. I'm attacking with 4, 15, 18. So it's 15 ground, 3 support. You got any support to throw in to help that guy out?
No.
All right. So that is a 9-1, which means nothing on this chart.
Thanks for stopping by, Blue Tweezers.
Yeah. Have a good one, Alan. So we're at the 6-1 table. We get +1 but for it being 5-1. No, we get +2 for it being 7-1. So that's +2. My attack support is greater than your ground defense, so it's +3. I'm not attacking for more than 2 hexes. You are disrupted, so that's a +5, right? Yep. And then I think that's it. I think we just got a +5. Yep. So let me do that again. 2, 3, 2 for being to 5. So it's +5, and you are in Marsh Patty.
Marsh Patty, which is -1.
-1. So it's max table +4. Here we go. That is a 11.
So that's another. So he's just toast.
Yeah, he's just dead. So intensity goes up, and we shall advance after combat. These guys shall advance after combat. Yep, that feels good. And I do have that firepower next to you, but it's just such crappy terrain to attack you in. Let me add it up. 3, 15. 21. 29 attacking. 3, 6, 8. 29 attacking. So that would be it'd be a 4-1. Nope. Not doing it. No more attacks for me, sir. Okay. I am done. Over to you for operations.
All right.
So I'll just tell you, I was really thinking about attacking these guys.
I figured, but boy, that's not good terrain for a ground attack.
Right. It's just, and if I get shagged out, it's the guys guarding the base. You know?
Right.
Yeah, right. So I will leave it to you to move. I think I've wrapped you in the nose enough to say get away from the mountain, but we'll see what you do. It's like the Viet Cong Beagle. Go. No. Leave mountain. I'm going to take a little break.
All right, that is fine. Whoops.
Okay, I'm back.
I'm done.
You are done. Do you have any attacks?
No.
The Viet Cong got the American message about the mountain. All
right. There have been a swarm of red markers around that mountain for about half the game.
Yes. So, all right. We feel...
I mean, that's how Armed Forces Radio is going to report the news anyway.
Yeah, well, it sure looked that way, right? From a ISR standpoint. All right, so that's that. You're done with your operations phase. I'll hit the move marker button to clear up the red move stuff that's going on. And we shall now move to the final ISR phase.
Yep.
And we start with an aviation step. And or concealment. Do you have any in your pocket you want to use or no?
Yes, actually. I've got a giant friggin' pile of them.
Remember, you can't place adjacent.
Yep.
And oh, the NVA like bailed from Dao Tiang. I see. Yes, they were like, we're out.
Nice try, lads. But
they're good at breaking. Well, with their movement too, you see they're great at breaking contact, right? But, you know, this is no good, and just getting the hell out. All right. So let's see. I'm going to just gather my aviation in the same area while you're doing that. Let me know when you're done. I don't want to jerk you around on the map.
Pretty sure that's it.
All right. These guys are going to go.
You know what, though? There's something I should have done, if you don't mind. These guys on the mountain, these guys want to back up, I think, 1 hex.
Yeah, or as many as you can move. I was going to suggest that because you're not going to be able to undisrupt being adjacent to me.
All right, that makes quite a bit more sense.
If you want the guys in 1615 to be able to undisrupt and conceal, you could just move to the plantation hex instead of where you did. Yeah,
that's true. The concealment's probably worth more.
Yeah.
All right. That makes a lot more sense.
All right. So the guys on top of the mountain are going to I did all my aviation movement. So all my aviation that you would have a shot at are stacked up in 2213. If you have an ADF.
There isn't.
Okay. So we'll now go to intelligence. So the guys on top of the mountain are going to guess that concealment marker number 20 is PLAF.
There we go.
Okay. And the 1st Infantry Division is going to try to roll on concealment marker number 47. You're in Marsh Patty, so they're going to need a 4 or less. They got them. They would be revealed, but unfixed, if there's anybody in it.
There we go.
Oh, all right. And do you have any intelligence-y stuff to do?
I have recon in 2214.
2214. All right, so this is intel. So this is your 9th Division headquarters. So you would.
Well, try. Let's try for somebody that. Well, that's pretty much it, actually. 0819. Guys in Tainin West.
0819. All right, go for it. In that, what is that terrain type? U.S. base. I haven't looked at it in a while. Yeah, you just straight up made it, and that's all you needed. And here they go, unfixed. All right. So now we will. Any local force stuff?
I have no local force stuff that's relevant. No. Wait a minute. Oh, I totally do. 2214.
Okay.
That'll make it.
You made it?
Yep.
All right. 2214 it is. Here we go. And there we go.
That's going to be it for me.
All right. So now we shall move to surveillance. And this little surveillance craft is going to go after concealment marker number 6. And he's going to need a 4 or less, and he fails. And this little concealment marker, surveillance chopper, is going to go after 6 as well. He needs a 4 or less, and he failed. And then this final chopper is going to do the same thing. And he made it. Concealment marker number 6.
Fixed or unfixed?
They are unfixed. All right. Now we shall go to... reconnaissance. So my special forces guys that were at camp at Firesport Dao Tiang now have nobody they can try to go after. Great. But we have a special forces unit in range of concealment marker number 39.
John Longshore, you do of course mean Hungarian Rhapsody and not Third Winter.
He must.
Where's 39?
Yeah, so it's a 5 or less. Here we go.
Where's 39?
Got him. Rubber plantation. Way up in the north of the rubber plantation area. Right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we made it. He is revealed and fixed. Yep. Okay. And we got another guy who's going to go after concealment marker number 11. And he's going to need a 3 or less. And he got him. 11 is revealed, fixed. Okie dokie. And I don't think we've got one guy over here. Let me see here. Yeah, we're going to just unfix that stack of 4 kind of over by the mountain that we just unconcealed with
this
that.
One?
Yeah. With, yeah. And that's all we can really. No, we can reach other stuff with our recon. What am I talking about? Might as well just do it. So we're going to go after concealment marker number 29 in the plantation hex. And that is, what's the modifier for plantation? None. So he needs a 7 or less. It's like coffee plantation, that kind of NEPA. Got him. 29, I should say, is revealed.
Where is he?
Right here.
Oh, okay.
He's either decoy or he's concealed somebody. You are somebody. And we got another guy. Who's going to go after concealment marker number 54. Needs a 5 or less. Got him. 54 is revealed, fixed. All right, well, tough decision, but you made me decide where I got to send out, what's his name? Red Haze. I'd like to send him over to the other side of the map, but Red Haze is going to go right jaw. And that is the end of surveillance, and now we go to that's it for ISR. So let me hit this. We're do you have any recon to do? I take it you.
No, I did all mine.
Yeah, so we're done. We now go to sequence of play, send aviation home. There's very little for me to send home, but I shall send it. Sent everybody else home already. Send it all there. And that is it. We hit the end turn marker. And that is that. Yeah. Next turn, you're going to get yourself some reinforcements, and it will be your initiative because we're going to determine that it's intensity 30. And we're ready to start off with game turn 9. So what do you think of this turn?
It went all right. I mean, a lot of casualties, but I had a depressing amount of guys not in concealment markers. You got a fairly decent force concentration at this point, so better than I do, in fact.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, but it's hard. I've got to be a lot of different places. As we'll see, a lot of things are going to start happening.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't be everywhere, you know? I think we're really at the point. So 1st Infantry Division's almost completely arrived, not quite yet, you know, that wave of reinforcements. I think we're solidly out of that. So the first phase, in one form or fashion or another, is the NLF offensive.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we're kind of past that. It feels like we're past that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
A couple turns to go. Really?
Yeah, no, you were still hanging around and making noise at Dao Tiang and worrying me about that Nui Ba Den.
Well, I inflicted some casualties last turn too.
Right. But you know what I mean. The worm just turns. It's one guy gets more reinforcements and firepower, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it just happens. So we'll see. What I'd suggest before we play next week is read the section on your reinforcements. If you got any questions, just hit me offline. But
okay, yep, all sounds good.
Further.
This all sounds good. So
to answer your question real quick, John Longshore, I wasn't gloating. What do you look at that?
No, I didn't take it that way. Let me put it that way.
Oh my God! Wow.
It was a decent turn for the U.S. They did 8 steps in casualty, something like that.
Yeah. So that attack on that NVA down there is like the dream attack, right?
Yeah.
You rarely catch these guys completely in the open, let alone start with the mechanized next to them.
Yeah, and I just left them. I just left them there and shat the bed on that one. They should have moved last turn, and they didn't. They stayed exactly where they were.
Right, and it's what I tried to do with the system, though, is like so that attack, right, really successful for the U.S., but it's the way the U.S. wants to attack, right? I've got all this firepower in the world. You know what I mean? You're out in the open. High odds attack. That's how the U.S. and when the U.S. does that, they're very successful, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the other stuff that makes a difference. More difficult terrain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Being unfixed. The U.S. not having a plethora of firepower in the region. That's when it gets tough. So your question, John Longshore, I didn't realize what you were saying before because I thought you wrote World War II games, not World War III. I just he's smiley facing because he knew he was causing trouble. I agree with you. That's one of the reasons Full the Gap doesn't really do it for me. It would have been a nuclear war, and it's like I've seen it gamed out before, and it was neat as speculative conflict at the time, but now it's just a thing of the past, right? And I'm very interested, obviously, in the Cold War period, but I'm just more interested in, like for instance, like this thing I'm doing right here, right, Gary?
Mm-hmm.
I can quantify it. There's a history. I know who was there. I know what worked. It's still speculative. When you're talking about 85.
Yeah, it's absolutely speculative. I mean,
right.
I don't think anybody can argue with that.
So that's
at one time that was a major subgenre. I mean, SPI Avalon Hill never really did that much with it, but SPI milked it to death.
Yeah. They had one game. What was it called? Damn it.
They did have a couple, but not anything like the amount of stuff that SPI did.
Right. Well, there's this part of SPI, and it's more about Dunnigan, that had to do with the idea that now post Vietnam, we're doing this wargaming stuff, and it's
that was topically relevant at the time. In the late 70s and early 80s, that was topically relevant.
There was a cross-pollination between Dunnigan and some of the books he wrote, and the Army's decision to go to what was originally called Airland Battle in the mid-70s, and that sort of thing, and game stuff out, and but like a lot of the presumptions were wrong. Like Mark Herman's, don't get me wrong, it's a good game. Well done. What was it called?
The Next War.
Yeah, The Next War.
Yeah,
it got. What everybody got wrong, and I think Chadwick came closest to getting right, but even he got wrong, was how great the absolute dominance U.S. technology and air power had.
Mm-hmm.
And the relative ineffectiveness of ADF systems compared to what they thought they would be at the time.
Yeah. Well, I will say that in the Third World War games, you do that is apparent, right? The superiority of Allied in general, but U.S. specifically air systems. But you have to use it effectively too.
Right.
It's just not there. It's not like passive factors on ground units. You have to employ it correctly to make it effective.
U.S. air would have done to Soviet air, and its ability to tactically support attacks would have been akin to the first Gulf War. And none of the games reflect that. You know what I mean? Like nobody had any idea just the combination of advanced munitions, computerized technology, stealth, you know what I mean, rolling all these things together. Just and we know today that the Soviets had nothing to even approach it. In terms of those systems. So it's pretty fascinating.
Well, I mean, it was all classified at the time. So
yeah, right, absolutely.
All right, we saved the game, right? I saved the game, so we're good.
We saved the game. So, all right, John Longshort, quit stirring up trouble, and we'll see you on Friday.
Well, your attendance on Friday will be appreciated. 7 p.m. Yes. Imperial Struggle. I almost said Twilight Struggle. We will not be playing Twilight Struggle. No Twilight Struggle stream is planned at this time.
Will never be so, probably.
So I will see everybody then.